Let's check if we're in tune. If you set your A4 frequency to 432 Hz, which is a fraction lower than standardised pitch, that's the pitch of your A string on the violin or mandolin. That makes the D string on your cello or tenor banjo 144 Hz. That's a nice number. What shall we do with the Drunken Sailor is an open-ended question, and if your goal is to be able to play it, then step 1 is to find your A string and play this rhythm on it. Deep dive. This first step is about your right-handed tool moving in 3 dimensions of space and at least 1 of time. To give your brain a chance, your left hand's first job is to be still and receive. And then comes the independent finger motion. Step 2 adds pitch. The Drunken Sailor uses the same finger spacing as the previous tutorial on both the D string and the A string. There's an optional pinky finger playing an E at the top, except for my banjo playing cousin who's already using that finger. It should make the same pitch as your open E string, but it saves your right-handed tool from 2 string crossings. Let's play the basic rhythm on each note of the A string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and... When you play the tune, you're playing scales and arpeggios, so it makes sense to practice both. Whoa, not sure if you want to do music theory today? Consider that music theory is the internal sense of where you want to put your fingers. Consider overcoming the old echoes of the academy and inadequacy. Or you can skip ahead to the phrase-by-phrase part, up to you. An arpeggio follows the same music theory as a chord, but the notes are played one by one. This is E minor, the home key. The notes are E, G, and B. One more time. And in the next phrase, we play the D major arpeggio with D, F sharp, and A. Once more. Deep dive on how to remember those jumps. This is the scale of E Dorian. It's an arrangement of tones and semitones that was once the primary scale of the Western world, but now it's one of the minor scales. Here's why. D major has the same key signature as E Dorian minor, so it's the same note set starting on a different note. A basic arpeggio or chord is made of the notes 1, 3, and 5 of the scale in any order. Major isn't a popularity judgment, it means that the interval between 1 and 3 is bigger. Now I'll start with the first 2 phrases of the Drunken Sailor. Phrase 1 starts on B, first finger on the A string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and... Phrase 2 starts on open A string. 3, 4, and... I'll play both phrases together twice more. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and... One, 2, and 3, 4, and... Phrase 3 starts on B, and goes right up the scale to E at the top. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And phrase 4 starts on D. 3, 4. I'll play phrase 3 and 4 twice more. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. One, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now we've been on this shot for a while, so I'll explain how the chorus goes in the next shot. So the verses and the choruses of this song have exactly the same melody, but the rhythm changes every time. The rhythm of the chorus goes, hooray, and up she rises. Now, bowed strings have just a little problem here where that's an odd number of notes. Plucked strings and strummed strings really don't mind about that because they just go down on all the strong notes anyway. But bowed strings, we got used to going back and forth. So we can make this easier for ourselves by slurring something so that it adds up. Slurring means doing 2 notes in the same bow direction without changing around. Oh, and it's that thing that we do when
we're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So come join us. We're going to do verse, chorus, medium speed.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Put him in the long run till he's sober. Put him in the long run till he's sober. Put him in the long run till he's sober. Early in the morning. Hooray, up she rises. Hooray, up she rises. Hooray, up she rises. Early in the morning.
What do we do if he hasn't responded yet?
Well, we add, various measures and verses until he gets his lazy ass back to work and forgets about his hangover.
Alright, nice. I feel like we probably shouldn't swear on the internet though.
Ass isn't a swear word.